Okay, everybody, we are about to get started. I am very excited to show you all Vendorful's AI assistant for responding to business questionnaires like RFPs and security questionnaires. It is super easy to onboard, super easy to run. We've budgeted way more time for this than we're actually going to need. This is probably just going to be a few minutes, and I'm just going to run through everything very fast. And let everyone get on with their day. And then this recording will be up on YouTube for people to look at whenever they want. So with that, I'm just going to jump into it. You should all be seeing my screen already. I'm just going to flip over to that window. Make sure I'm looking at the right one here. Yes. All right. Perfect. Okay. So we've got a demo environment set up here. We've got a little bit of content loaded. I'm going to show you how to load more, and then we're going to run through filling out a response. Let me set the background here. So Vendorful's AI Response Assistant lets you, it uses artificial intelligence to understand your existing content, that's past RFPs, past security questionnaires, and also other supporting documents like policy documents, customer case studies, whatever it is that you think would be helpful, that you draw upon to respond to security questionnaires, RFPs, RFIs, etc. That can all go into your content library, and we process that to understand it, which I'll walk you through. And then when you've got an existing content library, our artificial intelligence allows you to automatically generate a response to a new RFP or a new security questionnaire. And it does that very, very quickly. So I'm just going to walk you through it right now. Start with loading up some content. So we've got an existing content library here. By the way, this is all super easy to use. That's the main goal of this, to show you how easy it is to onboard with Vendorful and to use it, to start automating your response process and cut your response time by a factor of 10. So we've got some existing content loaded. I'm going to load up some additional. Now let me set the stage here. In this demo environment, we're going to run through a fictitious company where the product is CRM software. So you'll see CRM referred to a bunch of different times. So this is Acme Corporation, and it sells a CRM solution. We've got some old RFPs and some information security policies, and that's what's going to comprise the basis for responding to a new RFP. So I'm going to start by importing some content. We've got a bunch of stuff loaded here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to start by loading up an old RFP. So you see there's a couple pages in here. This one's very simple. It's just got one question, one answer. And we just tell the system where is the question and the answer. And that's it. And then here's the real meat of this. You see we support multiple columns here. You're going to sort of often receive security questionnaires or RFPs in the form of, here's a question, then tell us, yes, no, partial, something like that, and then a detailed answer. And so I'm just going to highlight, which are the questions here, and then these answers actually span two columns, so I'm going to highlight those. And you see our system automatically matches up here. The colors sort of show like, okay, this question is matched to these two cells, as those two cells comprise the total answer. So once I'm happy with this, I've highlighted all the content here. Looks like I've got all the questions. I'm just going to add content. This is just going to go in process. And you see, because this is structured data, this is an old RFP, we've matched a bunch of question answer pairs. Now this is all in the content library. Okay, so we started off with 3 things in the content library. Now we've got 4, and I'm going to add an additional document here. This is not a past RFP in Excel format. This is just a PDF document, business continuity plan, and disaster recovery document. And so this is just parsing the content here into chunks, and now this is accessible to the system for responding to any questions that relate to the content in this document. Okay, so we've got a decent chunk of content here in the library. We're going to jump over and we're going to start completing an RFP. So it's as simple as that. You've got some old RFPs, some existing documents. You load them up, we parse them, no waiting, you're ready to go. So let's jump over to starting a response. We go over to the response assistant and click start a response. Same thing, I'm just going to load up the file. It's a blank CRM RFP. And see the AI started to see if it could automatically generate it and realized actually I need to understand the structure of this document. So it loads up an annotator. It works exactly the same way as what you saw before when we annotated your existing content. Tell us where are the questions and then where are the answers, and the AI will fill out the documents. The same thing here. I'm just going to highlight these questions. These are all the questions. Okay. Same thing. Answers. Boom. Now if I've made a mistake, accidentally highlighted something that's not really a question, and just click clear and undo it. But actually I want to add that back. So there's a question. That's where the answer goes. And now it's matched. Okay. So once this is done, once I've highlighted all my questions here, and I've told the AI where the answers are going to go, I just click submit and it starts going. Okay, so right now it's parsing the document. It's understanding the content that exists in here. I'm just going to let it go. This should not take more than a couple minutes. I'm going to take advantage of my time here, take a little water break. And you see it's just generating the answers here. Now, a couple of notes. Since this is just a one-person demo, you're not going to see the collaboration features in here, but you can have multiple users inside your organization. You can have multiple people collaborating on an existing, on managing the content library or on completing a new response. And we'll show you at the end how you can interact with the response. You can either just accept all the answers that come out of it, or you can edit them, tweak them, regenerate, whatever it is. And multiple users in your organization can collaborate at the same time on existing documents with the same content library. Other things of note here, you can remove content from your content library. It's very easy to manage. At the end of this, I will show you how to do that. So we see that it has completed questions for the whole RFP. It's the name of the organization, where you're located, provide a concise overview of your company, how long have you been in business, let's get down to some more interesting stuff down here. What's the typical deployment duration here? So it found some existing content that we can drill into here related to this. And so, for example, this question here, sort of described that, but the AI looked at this question, the new question. This is your existing content library down here. It looked at the new question, what's the typical duration for CRM deployment, and just consolidated this down to a shorter answer, more concise, based on what it saw in the RFP. So we can just keep this answer. Now, you'll notice here that let's say that we have an approved official response for picked a poor one here. Let me pick a different one. So we have an approved official response for custom queries. Here, can users create their own dashboards? Yes, this is the official answer we want to use. We can select that, and we can use the content library answer instead. Now, if instead I actually want to edit this response and just put in my own draft here, please ask for more details, whatever additional text you want to add, then I've now had the you can edit your answers, and that becomes part of the response here. And you see that we keep track of which were generated by artificial intelligence, which were answered by a human, and then if there were any that were unanswered, they would also show up here as well. And that's it. It's as simple as that. At the end, you can import whatever answer you've customized back into your content library. We don't import AI generated answers back into your content library, so you don't have AI feeding AI, because that can down the road lead to unstable data in your content library. But if you like an answer, if you have tweaked something, you can add that back into your official content library with the click of a button, and then download the response to get this back out in the original format, in the Excel format that you uploaded, so it's just ready to go. Now, let me just pause here for a second to go back to managing the content library. So I mentioned earlier that it's very easy to manage your content library. It's as simple as removing something. So if I say, actually, this old CRM, no longer relevant, the product's evolved a lot since then, just delete it, and it's gone from the content library, will never be used in any future response again. If I made a mistake, like I said, actually, you know what, I shouldn't have removed that, I want to add it back. Very simple. Just add it right back. And this is an old RFP with questions and answers, so we're going to go through the same annotation. Just gonna it'll take me less than 30 seconds to add it back in. These are all the questions, and then boom, shortcut there, click the column, those are the answers. Oh, I missed a couple questions. Oh, I didn't. These are blank. So we are smart enough to not import that if we don't have an answer there. Okay, so I'm just going to add the content, and that's it. So, you don't have to stress out about if you accidentally delete something from the content library, adding it back is super easy. And keeping track of not just whole documents, but also questions and answers. If I want to go in here and say, actually, this is no longer relevant. Maybe now we offer, maybe we removed our Google integration, or support questions here. Like maybe now we've, improved our support policy and we try to get back to people within 12 hours. I can remove that from the content library, keep everything else, and just remove the individual question from the content library. So we give you a lot of control over this, or we can delete the entire source. Last thing, I mentioned collaboration features to invite additional people to your organization. Super simple. I want to invite my colleague David. Boom, he's now invited. That's it. They'll receive an email with a link to sign up, and now he is included in my organization, and we are ready to collaborate together on managing our content library or responding to RFPs or security questionnaires. That's it. We ran through all of that in 15 minutes. Covered a lot of ground. This is super simple to use, and I hope that came across in today's demo. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Support at Vendorful.ai, or you can reach out to me directly, Peter at Vendorful.ai. Be happy to speak with you. Thank you very much for your time today, and best of luck.